That's just me.
All right. KB, congrats on the win. Shot lights out again tonight. But I think my favorite part about what I'm seeing out on the floor is how much fun you got. I mean, the smiles that not only you, but the rest of your teammates have throughout the game. How much fun are you guys having right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what people like fell in love with us. And you know, it's hard when things are a little bit sticky. I think earlier in the year it's hard to have fun, but you're right, it needs to be a priority. And I think tonight it was like infectious. You could see it with everyone throughout the entire game. So that's always been like the identity and spirit of this team is very joyful, very selfless, very loving. And so I think that that's something that's going to continue throughout the year.
KP defense turning into offense usually means a lot of rim runs, a lot of fast break points opportunities. 46 points in the paint, 19 fast break points. We're trying to see if those are season highs for you guys. But in those middle quarters is kind of where everything changed. What did you guys see to kind of make that possible?
I think just being more intentional, pressure on the ball and be more intentional about our schemes. You know, I think that in the past we've had a lot of slippage, quarter to quarter lapses. And so one of the things about having a veteran team is to be able to make adjustments on the fly. And I think we're getting better at that. And that's just something we got to continue to build on, you know, and we've been on a winning streak, but that's really because of our defense and us able to make adjustments quickly. Because every team in this league is really good. Everyone goes on runs. Everyone's super talented and can score. I mean, Washington scored 30 points in the fourth quarter in LA. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody can go. So just being intentional about that. And when we're able to do that, that's when we're at our best.
Hey, Kelsey, if you could describe really, what this month has been really like from June 1st to, June 4th to July 4th. I mean, it seemed like around early June is when, the losses came in, Chelsea came back and then, things started really picking up. And as you mentioned now, you guys are really having fun right now. What's this month just been like, just kind of stepping back?
Yeah, if it's one thing I've learned in life is can't get too high, can't get too low. And this team is built throughout adversity. We've done it time and time again, even since I was here in 2018. And I had all the faith in the world in each individual, our coaching staff, and also that we were just going to figure it out. I think a lot of times when you win consistently at a very high level, people take it for granted. It's not easy winning, especially when you got a target on your back and everyone's coming in and they want a piece of you, And so I think that early on, we just weren't good. And so I just think having Chelsea back, being able to be more of a well-oiled machine, get in a rhythm, in a flow. And you're seeing that now. And this is the identity I think that everyone was expecting at the beginning of the year. But, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. It's about what the locker room is doing. And I have a lot of faith in our locker room, and we're gonna be steady.
We can jump to the Zoom really quick. Let's go Willie and then Matthew. Then we'll come back to it.
KP, over the last since Becky got here, you've been so proud of different aspects of your game, the evolution of different parts of your game. You come off two big scoring nights against Indiana, Washington, but right now with your evolution of your game this season, what are you most proud of right now? I was watching the post-game broadcast. You were talking about tossing dimes, playing quarterback to tight end with Asia. What right now with your game personally are you most proud of?
It's a great question, Willie. I think for me, to be honest, I learned this term the other day. It's like psychological flexibility, just the ability to adapt game to game. Some games it's me running a little bit more points. Sometimes it's me defensively, just getting up in people, trying to create havoc. Sometimes it's me shooting a lot of threes. Sometimes it's me getting into the paint. And so I just think I pride myself on game to game, figuring out what I got to do to help my team win. And I've learned at the end of the day in this league, you can care about stats and you can care about, like big numbers, but legacy is really about who can win games. So that's what I would like to be remembered. Like just Plum figured out a way to help her team win all the time. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Thank you.
Matthew?
Hey, KP, sort of to jump off of that question, you said the other day that when Chelsea was out, you were still trying to figure out, should I be a scorer? Should I be a passer? And it seems like these last two games, you really found that right decision of like, okay, I'm going to take my shot. I'm going to drive to the basket. I'm thinking of tonight, right? You had a wide open three. You waited for someone to close out. You drove right by him. Just, do you feel like you now with Chelsea back, you're back to finding your more normal role and more normal feeling for yourself? And that's been why you've been able to have some more success the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea's definitely a part of it. I think that just taking a little bit more of a offensive load off of me, just so I can be more efficient. I've always pride myself in being a very efficient player. I think also as well, like throughout the season, you catch a rhythm. You catch a rhythm and a flow. And so I think that just giving myself grace, at the beginning of the season, there's just a lot going on, personally, professionally, just, life is life. And so just give myself some grace, trying to figure it out. And I know me, I just need time. I just need time to get into a rhythm, and just grateful that, found a little bit of one.
Thanks.
Can I ask a question for Kelsey?
Yeah, I got a quick one. I actually want to circle back to the jump pass that you threw to Asia. Just a two-parter. When did you know it was going to be a jump pass specifically, and where does that pass rank for you in terms of ones that you've thrown this year?
0.2 seconds before she threw it.
Yeah, I just said I want to be like Becky Hammon when I grow up. So, I saw her and I just kind of jumped, and the defense leaned a little bit, and
You baited him with your
I
eyes.
threw that thing. Yeah, I've learned from Chelsea.
She baited him.
If you gotta look this way to throw that way, So that was fun, and shout out to Asia, guys. Asia has the best hands in the world. It's ridiculous. Like I threw that thing so hard.
Mm.
So I'm just grateful that she
Laser
caught
at her
it.
head.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You good? Thank you. Yeah. So much, Raven.
Yeah. Questions for Becky?
Because are you lifting or are you just gonna shower?
Yeah.
Right here. You got Kirsten Bell back tonight.
Mhm.
What did you see from her tonight? That was encouraging. She had some really good minutes for you at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, not really a surprise. She's been working her way back in. She's been in the gym. She's always been a very good cutter. We know she has the ability to shoot the three, so I thought really solid start for her, coming off a long injury. She's been waiting a long time for that moment, so I was happy for her.
Becky, you guys start 6-6. I think it was after that game against the Liberty. You said that Chelsea wasn't going to fix all the issues you guys were having. Obviously, she's made a big impact, but now you've rattled off 6 straight. What do you think has been kind of some of the biggest changes and differences in your team since then?
I mean, maybe I lied. Maybe she does fix all her problems. I don't know. No, I mean, even leading up to that, I thought you saw moments, of us kind of playing the way we want to play. What Chelsea brings is just that stabling factor. So in those moments where the game kind of teeters in the balance, she's been that consistency and that confidence and that calm in those moments to where we're able to, for me, the biggest thing has just been on the defensive end. We're playing defense. We're locking down people. We're digging in. We're getting a stance. We're getting more physicality. We're getting kind of our mojo back on defense. And then that's when you kind of see them getting out in transition and the full court passes and this and that. Everybody eats when we play defense. So, Chelsea, obviously, she gets you some easy ones, which basketball's a confidence game. And so it just builds confidence in the group.
Becky, and 2 questions if possible. A lot of people may talk about the final margin of victory, but 10 lead changes in that first 10 minutes. How much of that is a factor of you guys, of these 2 groups, seeing each other for the second time in 6 days?
Well, I mean, they're a good team. They run a 30 and a quarter, well on us one time, and they had 28 and then they had 30 the other night against LA in the fourth. So they can score a lot of points, they can get hot. So you got to withstand the hit. And sometimes you're not just gonna blow people out, 25-4 a lot of times in the first quarter, like you're gonna get exchanged. What's really hard is to maintain that really great level. That's what we've been chasing this whole time, is you would see spurts of it, but maintaining that greatness throughout the course of a game. That's really the ultimate goal. You're not gonna throw a knockout punch in the first quarter. Most nights you want to be consistently good at those little details, the physicality, the pickup points, communication, all the things that we do defensively. If we're solid there, I like us. When we're not, I think we're very beatable.
And Cassandra talked about the return of Kirsten Bell, but first time at full strength for this group, and then it turns in 31 assists on 38 made field goals. I'm wondering what's your assessment of the trust factor right now?
Well, that was probably my favorite stat of the night was the 31 assists. Balls popping, they were sharing, moving it, but it really, like I said, the defense is what allows us to get out in space and get some easy ones, in transition. Those are easy assists and they're easy layups, easy points. So those really help you a lot. Not only that, it just changes the energy in the building. So, that team was very committed the other night, I thought, to taking KP and Asia away. And, tonight I just thought they just played the right way. They saw two, they moved it, real simple basketball.
Coach, I'm gonna use your guys' word mudita. It seems as though everybody is smiling, having fun from a coach's perspective. How refreshing is that to see?
Well, I think they're always like smiling. I mean, maybe it's not Chelsea Gray, but winning sure does help. Like I said, it's not fun to suck. So we're playing better. We got happier players. We're getting kind of our mojo back. I feel that's a mojo, modita, whatever you want to call it. We're starting to feel, comfortable and good about what we're doing, and the trust is going up because the trust was really the thing on the defensive end. But what makes us a good team is, on any given night, it's a little bit of a pick your poison. What our job is as coaches and as players is to play the right way and always hold them to that standard. I don't care if we're up by 30, 15, we want to play the right way and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
We'll jump to Zoom, Willie, and then Matthew.
Becky, when you got here 2.5 seasons ago, or since then, KP has always sort of mentioned different aspects of her game she's been proud of. I know when you got here, you said you wanted her to feel like she could shoot whenever. Last year, when her offense was questioned, you pointed out how improved she was on defense. At this point in this season, what are you most proud of with KP in terms of her game and how she's gradually brought along?
I think with her, it's just a matter of time. I mean, she wasn't shooting it particularly well at the beginning of the year. She kind of started out that way last year. You just know at the end of the day, I trust her work. I know she works. I know that worm is going to turn. I was just want her taking good ones, and she does. When her shot selection, the way she distributes, the way she's seeing, she brings a lot of different factors for screening that really help us. But I think a lot of teams anymore, they want to keep her in front because when she gets into the paint, she's just deadly with either paint and sprays or the ability to finish. So she's finding her spots on just catch and shoot threes, like they short close a little bit. And I told her, catch and shoot threes are there because people don't want you to get downhill into the paint because then we get a horse shot on the other side. So I thought she's done a great job these last few games of just picking her spots. She hasn't forced anything. Everything's kind of come in the flow and she's making the right read. She's getting us, her teammates, a lot of open looks. She's just playing the game. That's it. She's just playing the game.
Thank you.
Matthew and then Nikias. Then we got Jackie coming in.
Becky, I sort of want to jump off that question about KP. You talked a little bit about for her rim reads are so important, right? Because she gets downhill so quickly, she collapses the defense. How much do you feel like she's grown in that ability to make those reads when she gets to the basket from when you first arrived to where you're at now, especially during that time when you didn't have Chelsea and she had to play a little more point guard?
Yeah, I mean, it's become such an important part of her game. She has the ball a lot. She gets it on the second side. She gets downhill. She gets to attack closeouts. If they short close, that's becoming a problem too for defense. It's because now she's doing that catch and shoot three. She gets it off quick. She's accurate. Like I said, she's just reading defense. You short close, she's shooting it. You close out long on her. She's driving it and she's making good decisions at the rim. Her rim reads though, from when I got here, she's been pretty good. She's worked really hard on it. It's become a really, both her and Jack, our players that get downhill. If I call a pick and roll or I call a play, it's not necessarily for you to shoot the ball. It's what I'm saying is I trust you to make a decision with the ball, whatever that is. It might be you, it might be your teammate. But what we're starting to see is we got a lot of trustworthy hands out there that are just making the right decisions.
Nikias, you got last one. We do have a flight tonight, so we're keeping it a little shorter tonight. Ish.
I got you. Two quick ones then from me. Coach, obviously, since Chelsea is obviously back, but you still have Jackie and Kelsey initiating a bunch. How much of a luxury is it to have Chelsea as that second side option?
I mean, you can put her on whatever side she's gonna hurt the defense. She's just too good at making basketball plays, making basketball reads. She becomes a passer. Obviously, we know she's a deadly shooter. She's just getting back, really getting her feel, finding her spots. But the ability for anybody to bring it, and that's pretty much includes Asia too, just gives us another element of and another way of putting pressure on the rim, putting pressure on the defense because we're playing faster when we're playing in space. And any of them, they're just really difficult to guard one-on-one. You can't really guard them one-on-one. And then when they're all committed to making the right decision when they see to, puts a lot of pressure on your defense. So Chelsea, KP, Jackie, they're all very good on that second and third side. And they're all, with the exception of tonight, most of the time they take very good care of the ball. We didn't take care of the ball very well tonight, but that's abnormal for us. Most of the time they're really good with taking care of it.
Got you. And then if I can ask about a play very quickly, midway through the third, it was Kelsey off a stagger, Tiffany Hayes clears to the opposite wing. And you had Kelsey setting the back screen for Asia. It was almost like a lob play. Was that a Becky special or did you gain inspiration from someone on that play call?
Just made it up, Nikias. Just made it up.
There we go.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It was kind of a stack action though, out of an away action, and I just cleared out the corner because they were helping and sinking so much with, we call it shake action, where they take rollers, you shake out of the corner. I didn't want any shake action. I just wanted the defender out, so I just had her clear out to the other side.
Got you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, Becky.
Hi, Jackie, thank you.
Thank you. Questions for Jackie? What?
Becky and Kelsey both just talked about how much fun this team is having right now. There was lots of laughter and smiles on the court. What does that kind of feel like? And what was the highlight, I guess, of the game for you in that sense of fun?
Yeah, it's definitely fun. We're having a lot of fun playing out there. I think you guys can see that. It's good having Chelsea back, having the, full roster, everybody healthy. And so we're just getting back to playing Aces basketball and doing what we were doing last year, and that was having fun. And getting the job done at the same time.
Jackie, Coach said her favorite stat of the night was 31 assists, I want to say, and you had 10 of those. What's been allowing you to just be able to distribute the ball so well and connect with everybody?
Yeah, I think just trying to make the right reads, coming off ball screens. Tonight, I knew that if it was me and Asia, they were going to try to take her away. So it was going to be like a kick out to a 3-point shooter or something. And so just trying to make the right reads, make the right plays, just being aggressive and taking care of the ball. And so, yeah, I know whenever I come off a ball screen, there's going to be a couple different people open, so just making the right play and making the easy play.
Jackie, I wanted to ask you, what was it like to play at T-Mobile Arena this week and to see that venue so loud for you guys?
Yeah, it was cool being there for sure. Yeah, it was I mean, it was sold out, it was packed, and just having so many people there, just supporting the game, I think, it's good for the game, and it shows that, we can sell out crowds, and so, yeah, we had a lot of fun playing over there, and yeah, I mean, our fans always bring the energy, so it was cool being over there.
Since she mentioned that game, Becky today, she posted a clip from it where you knelt down to tie your shoe to give Caitlin Clark more time, I guess, to get up. And she was just saying that she used the word mood. I don't know how to say that word, but she was using that to just describe that moment and talk about just how much of that move it was. What's, I guess, your reaction to her reaction to that moment?
Yeah, I think, just doing the right thing, just making sure she's good. And yeah, just checking on her, give her a little tap, make sure she's cool, because at the end of the day, we just want to play this game, have fun, be healthy, and so just giving her, a little bit of time to, reset, regroup, and just make sure she's okay.
Gonna jump to Zoom to close this out a little bit. Ray, Matthew, Nikias in that order, and make them quick and short, please. We've got a point.
Hello, Ray Morali from the Spring Tribune. Jackie, you have the Sparks tomorrow. What's going to be the focus on that?
Yeah, I think, just trying to put together a full 40 minutes, executing the defensive schemes. We know that we can score the ball, but we're at our best whenever we're getting defensive stops and playing in transition.
Thank you.
Matthew.
Hey, Jackie, I wanted to ask you how you feel your ability to make reads, especially at the rim. Your rim reads have grown since Becky became head coach, and especially over the last, this season, especially during that time you didn't have Chelsea. How you feel like you've grown in that area, making those decisions around the basket?
Yeah, I think just by watching film, and if we don't make the right read, we're going to be on the film, so yeah, I watched film with Tyler. He kind of just shows me a few things, the different looks that I could get, and so just being able to be in the moment and just know whether or not I can finish it or dish it off to a teammate.
And Nikias, close us out, please.
All right, Jackie. It feels like you sprinkled in some post ups over the past couple of games. Do you feel like that's the next evolution for you as a scorer?
I mean, I think they were just kind of giving it to me a little bit. I did get the offensive foul on one of them, but just if there's a small defender on me, just trying to take advantage of that. But I think the biggest thing is just being patient in the post. We work a lot on it, in the off season, during season, but I mean, we're not running specific plays for me to go post up. I think for me, it's just, coming off the screen, getting downhill, but just being able to have that post up game and being able to be comfortable whenever I do get it down there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, everyone.